research efforts to discover new antibiotics have stalled. In the post-World War II period following Alexander Fleming's breakthrough discovery of penicillin, new antibiotics were discovered and developed at a breathtaking pace. The golden age of antibiotic discovery peaked in the 1950s, and during this period, the pharmaceutical industry was the engine of innovation. But then, discoveries started dropping drastically from the 1980s onward, with no new antibiotic being produced in nearly 3 decades. Government, industry, and medical communities all agree that in the face of this mounting crisis, efforts to revive and improve the likelihood of successful drug discovery is essential. Enter Acurx Pharmaceuticals. They are a biopharmaceutical company focused on developing new antibiotics for difficult-to-treat infections such as MRSA, VRE, and DRSP. We face new threats every day, big and small. Acurx Pharma is on the front lines of health using technology to help us treat tomorrow's infections today. Acurx Pharmaceuticals.
Man, ain't no lot to see. All those plans I made for myself, I got nobody else to lean on. Got so far with my head in the clouds, now it's time to get down. Taking care of business.
Welcome to the Big Biz Show, featuring insight, analysis, and a lot of stuff that's none of your business.
Hold on. This is the Big Biz Show. I think it is their business.
Making the markets work for you. Here's the man with the plan,
The deck of the
Sully.
Carnival Cruise Line in Long Beach, California. Featuring Julie, Gopher,
Doc.
and Jackpot. Not to mention Mike Costa in his Bubbles the Whale mascot suit from Marineland.
Doing balloon animals.
Big Biz Show. Big Biz Show's on the air. I feel like there should be a lighted floor.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think disco will ever come back, James? Do you think disco will come back? You think?
I don't think so.
I think it will. I think
Really?
disco will come back. Oh yeah, I think it'll come back big time.
Disco was
Listen
awesome.
to Mark on those strings,
I know.
man.
I know.
Listen to Mark on those violin strings. Can you play a little bit just by yourself, Mark?
They call disco EDM now.
Oh, is that what they call?
Yeah, basically. I mean,
No.
Can you still wear...
That makes sense. All right, that's good.
basically, yeah.
Can you wear angel flights while you're dancing to EDM?
Could you ever?
EDM?
Could you ever wear it? You know, talk about 10 pounds in a 5-pound bag. Mike Costa and some angel flights.
Yikes.
Did you ever have angel flights? Come on, bust it out. Did you ever?
I may have had something similar.
Did you ever shop at the Brick Shirt House?
Yes. Oh, my God.
I pull one out. Yeah.
Whoa.
Right. Miller's Outpost.
Chess King?
King. Nothing says sexy man like, hey, I'm the king of chess.
Just don't spill on those pants.
Oh man.
So.
Don't get near a flame. What are you talking about? There's been more leg hair singed from a guy by a campfire and a pair of polyester flares.
Oh my God.
All right. Speaking of polyester flares,
Yeah.
I do wish disco would come back. I think it would be great for about a year. You know. Yeah.
This needs to come back.
That doesn't ever need to come back.
Are you sure?
think
This
it's
is this is Travolta's move in Saturday Night Fever, yo.
All right.
Boom, boom, boom,
Very
right
good.
here.
All right. Hey, my good friend Lucas. I got to apologize to Lucas because
Sorry, Lucas.
Lucas Haldeman, CEO of SmartRent, one of my favorite guys, stock symbol SMRT. We've talked about this even when he's not on the air. We talk about his company because it's so interesting. Real estate accounts for 13% of the economy in terms of GDP, and it makes up 40% of greenhouse gas emissions. And the industry accounts for 29% of greenhouse gas emissions. What's interesting is property technology is something that we haven't heard of before. Every time he comes on the air, he tells us something new that's happening. So I want to get him back on as much as we can. Lucas, great to have you, man. Great to talk to you. Sorry about the preamble there with our disco stuff, but we figured somehow maybe we could pipe in some music using your technology into some of these commercial residences, don't you think?
We will bring disco to every apartment soon.
Yeah, whether they like it or not. You know, it's like, it's like It's like it's the smart device that, you know what, don't pay your rent. Here it comes from Donna Summer.
There you go. That's
all
right.
day and all night. Hey, talk to us about property technology, because it has created a new type of profession in the real estate industry. It's called prop tech, as you know. And a lot of folks can up-level their careers. We don't talk about the economic impact of that, but it's a pretty big economic impact in terms of employment. Talk about that piece of it before we get to the actual device that you're talking about.
Yeah, huge economic impact. And I think you've seen over the past really 5 to 10 years now, prop tech, as we call it, or property technology, has established itself as the place to be in real estate. A lot of the innovators who came, like me, from the operations side, but had the entrepreneurial spirit and now moved into prop tech to really solve all these massive problems that you alluded to, that were way too much greenhouse gas, way too much emissions, way too much damage to property, and that really people that are passionate about real estate and technology are bringing a change to the industry like we've really never seen before.
I got emails last time you were on from a couple of multifamily residence companies asking about who you are, what your stock symbol is. By the way, their stock symbol is SMRT. But it talks about the unbelievable yield in terms of profitability when you could get involved in property technology such as SmartRent. Talk about what you guys do. Talk about how it saves property owners money, and eventually it'll be a sort of an everyday item in the smart home residentially.
Yeah, it's coming. So really what we try to do at SmartRent is simplify and better protect the assets and the operations of rental providers. So we take this great ecosystem of smart hardware that exists. It's been around for 25 years, but we bring it all together into one platform. So smart locks, smart thermostats, leak sensors, all into one platform, and we make that data actionable so that real estate developers can actually deploy it and then benefit from it. So saving money on utilities, protecting their assets from damage, operating with fewer employees and fewer staff members on site. This is all things that we're bringing in one comprehensive platform.
Lucas, is this a key selling proposition for commercial properties that are trying to attract leaseholders and renters? Because you do have a pretty cool smartphone device and an app and so on and so forth. Is it thought of as a key selling proposition? Do you sell it as such?
Yeah, one of our best forms of marketing is when we go in and there's properties nearby. So our phone starts ringing saying, hey, we're having trouble leasing because there's a smart community next door and everyone wants to live there. So if you think about smart devices among single family homeowners, we've had them for 25, 30 years. Renters have been locked out of this revolution, this smart revolution, and they're dying to be a part of it. So I love that aspect of it too, that the residents really crave it. They love the benefits that they get from living in a smart apartment as well.
Yeah.
Lucas, do you see an uptick in people as they're searching out dwellings? Is that like one of the first or second questions that they're asking either the property management company or the landlord? Hey, how smart are you in this dwelling?
Yeah, it is. And in fact, it's now actually, we just announced this. You can see the press release. It's on apartments.com, which is the #1 site that people obviously look for apartments on. It's now featured there that it's a smart property and also offering self-guided tours. So the last data that I saw, I think it was over 96% of polled residents wanted to live in a smart apartment. So it's not like one or two sort of want it. Basically, everyone wants this.
Wow.
One thing you told us the first time, and by the way, his name is Lucas Haldeman. He is the CEO of SmartRent, stock symbol SMRT. The first things you told me on the air when we had an interview with you about 6 months ago is that there's a lot of misconceptions about what a smart home looks like. Because there's a significant difference between a truly smart home, a connected smart home, and these one-off smart devices. And I think that's important to recognize. Talk about that, because that's where the real money savings come in, with a truly connected smart home versus the one-offs, correct?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And we touched on this. You're right, the first time I was on. But I don't think we've talked about it again. But really, so that's really the problem that we solve, is just putting a bunch of disparate devices in doesn't make it smart. In fact, if you have 9 apps to control your house, it's kind of a dumb experience. And so that's another key point, is it all has to come into one app, one platform, and make it all actionable so that you can actually get the benefit. It's annoying for a homeowner to have 4 or 5 apps on their phone, but it's debilitating for a property owner who owns thousands of apartments to try to manage all that. So it's really not possible to manage at scale unless you have this smart enterprise platform that we've built.
Hey, Lucas, last of all, is there more IP coming our way through SmartRent? I mean, you guys are constantly improving the performance of what you guys offer as a smart home. Do you guys continue to sort of study that and what else we could be what more connectivity there could be, what other services you can provide and such?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think we're just in the early innings of this game, and there's a lot left to do. In fact, I'll tell you, in June we're going to come out with a couple of big announcements on the hardware side of new devices that we're bringing out there. But we're constantly innovating, constantly pushing this forward, and really continuing to create the largest connected platform that around.
Lucas Haldeman is his name. SmartRent is the company. SMRT is a stock symbol. You'll see a lot more of him. Lucas, thanks so much, brother. Great to talk to you once again. SMRT, or go to smartrent.com. Costa's idea of a smart home is the clapper. And there's a little light with his chia pet as well, so that helps him out. Ah! I've fallen and I can't get up.
Life alert! Life alert!
Big Biz Show continues.